1. Companies claim products are natural to make them seem healthier, but the term has no legal definition and means absolutely nothing. The word natural on food packaging is pure marketing, with zero regulatory oversight. Arsenic is natural. Crude oil is natural. The FDA doesn't regulate the term natural on food labels, allowing companies to slap it on virtually anything. Products labeled natural can contain artificial ingredients, pesticides, and heavily processed components while consumers pay premium prices. The natural label is designed to create a health halo that justifies higher prices without delivering actual benefits. Marketing departments use natural because research shows it increases sales regardless of actual product content. 2. Diamond companies invented the tradition of engagement rings through marketing campaigns, creating artificial demand for an overpriced stone. Diamonds weren't traditionally associated with engagement until the 1930s advertising campaign, "A Diamond is Forever." The De Beers Corporation fabricated the entire cultural tradition through decades of marketing. Diamonds aren't actually rare. The supply is artificially controlled to maintain high prices. The resale value of diamonds is terrible because the retail markup is enormous. The 2-month salary rule was invented by diamond companies to set spending expectations. The entire diamond engagement industry is built on manufactured tradition and artificial scarcity that's less than a century old. 3. Food companies manipulate serving sizes to make nutritional information look better than it actually is. The serving size listed on packages is often absurdly small compared to what people actually consume. A bottle of soda contains multiple servings, allowing companies to divide calories and sugar across unrealistic portions. Nobody eats 1/3 of a muffin, but that's how nutrition facts are calculated. Companies deliberately set serving sizes to keep calorie counts under psychological thresholds. The deceptive serving sizes are legal but deliberately misleading, allowing unhealthy products to appear less damaging than they are. 4. Companies advertise sale prices that are actually the regular price, creating fake urgency and discounts. Many retailers raise prices before sales to make discounts appear larger. The original price shown during sales often never existed or only existed briefly. Constant sales train consumers to never pay full price, but the sale price is the actual intended selling price. Price comparison studies show many sale prices are identical to prices at other times. The fake urgency of limited-time sales pressures consumers into immediate purchases. Retailers use artificial deadlines to create scarcity that doesn't exist. 5. Pharmaceutical companies advertise prescription drugs directly to consumers, creating demand for medications people don't need. The United States and New Zealand are the only countries allowing direct-to-consumer drug advertising. The ads are designed to make healthy people believe they have medical conditions requiring expensive treatment. Pharmaceutical companies spend more on marketing than research and development. The advertising encourages patients to pressure doctors for specific brand-name drugs when cheaper generics exist. Direct-to-consumer advertising drives up healthcare costs by promoting expensive new drugs over established treatments. 6. Bottled water companies sell municipal tap water at 1,000% markups while implying it's from pristine springs. Many major bottled water brands are literally filtered tap water from city supplies. Blind taste tests consistently show people can't distinguish bottled water from tap water. Regulations for tap water are often stricter than regulations for bottled water. Marketing has convinced consumers that bottled water is cleaner and healthier, despite no evidence. The lie has created a multi-billion-dollar industry selling a product that flows free from faucets. 7. Tech companies design products with planned obsolescence to force consumers into upgrading sooner than necessary. Devices are deliberately built to fail or become obsolete after a specific period. Software updates slow down older devices to encourage new purchases. Batteries are designed to degrade and often aren't user-replaceable. Companies remove features to sell additional accessories. Products that could last many years are engineered to fail within a few years. Companies have been caught deliberately slowing older products through updates, proving the practice exists. 8. Breakfast cereal companies invented the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day to sell more cereal. The concept was created by Kellogg's and other cereal manufacturers as marketing strategy. No scientific evidence supports breakfast being more important than other meals. The "breakfast is essential" message was pushed through advertising and paid research. Cereal companies funded studies showing breakfast benefits while hiding conflicts of interest. The entire breakfast industry is built on manufactured dietary advice designed to sell products. 9. Companies label products fat-free while loading them with sugar, exploiting outdated nutritional fears. The low-fat craze was largely based on flawed research. Food companies removed fat and added sugar to maintain taste, making products less healthy. The fat-free labels allowed marketing unhealthy products as healthy, despite high sugar content. Consumers gained weight eating fat-free products because they consumed more calories from added sugar. Modern research shows many fats are healthy and sugar is often the real problem. 10. Cosmetic companies claim anti-aging creams eliminate wrinkles, but most ingredients can't penetrate skin deeply enough to work. The molecular size of most active ingredients is too large to pass through skin layers where aging occurs. Any visible effects are typically temporary hydration. Cosmetic companies exploit legal loopholes that don't require proof of anti-aging claims. Before and after photos use lighting, makeup, and photo editing to exaggerate results. Consumers spend billions on creams that can't deliver the promised results due to basic biology. 11. Detox products claim to remove toxins from your body, but your liver and kidneys already do this for free. The human body has evolved sophisticated detoxification systems that don't require juice cleanses or foot pads. Companies selling detox products can never specify which toxins are being removed. The detox industry exploits scientific-sounding language to market unnecessary products. Many detox products are at best useless and at worst harmful. The concept of detoxing through products has no scientific basis in actual human physiology. 12. Vitamin supplement companies suggest everyone needs supplements, but most people get adequate nutrition from regular diets. The supplement industry isn't regulated like pharmaceuticals, allowing exaggerated health claims. Studies consistently show multivitamins don't prevent disease or extend life for people with adequate diets. Your body can't absorb many synthetic vitamins as effectively as nutrients from food. For most people without specific deficiencies, supplements are an expensive placebo. The industry has convinced healthy people they're nutritionally deficient to create demand. 13. Mattress companies claim their products are on sale year-round, making the sale price the actual price. The mattress industry is infamous for perpetual sales that never end. Original prices are artificially inflated to make constant discounts appear significant. Holiday sales and special promotions occur continuously throughout the year. The complicated pricing structures deliberately confuse consumers and prevent price comparison. The markup on mattresses is enormous, allowing constant discounts while maintaining profit. 14. Grocery stores place expensive items at eye level, while cheaper alternatives are hidden on bottom shelves. The shelf placement is paid positioning, where companies buy premium spots. The most profitable items are positioned where shoppers naturally look first. Generic and store brands are deliberately placed in less convenient locations, despite equal or better quality. Cereal marketed to children is placed at child eye level to encourage pestering. End cap displays create the impression of deals while featuring items with highest profit margins. The store layout is scientifically designed to maximize spending and guide traffic past expensive items. Essential items like milk are placed at the back, forcing shoppers past tempting products. The strategic placement exploits human psychology and shopping habits to increase basket size. Consumers who shop bottom shelves and compare unit prices can save significantly by avoiding the placement manipulation. 15. Insurance companies advertise low rates, but use fine print to exclude coverage when you actually need it. The advertised rates apply only to ideal customers who rarely actually exist. Exclusions and limitations hidden in policy details mean many claims are denied. Insurance company profits come from collecting premiums and denying claims whenever legally possible. The complicated policy language is deliberately confusing to obscure coverage limitations. Companies advertise comprehensive coverage while the actual policy provides minimal protection. Rate increases happen consistently despite advertising implying low rates will continue. The calculation of what's covered versus what's excluded is tilted heavily toward company profit. Customers discover coverage gaps only when filing claims and facing denials. The entire insurance model is built on collecting more in premiums than they pay in claims, with marketing disguising this reality. 16. Car dealerships advertise vehicles at prices that don't include mandatory fees, making the real price much higher. The advertised price excludes dealer fees, documentation charges, and various add-ons. Mandatory dealer additions inflate the price beyond the advertised amount. The low advertised price gets customers in the door, then pressure tactics and hidden fees increase the actual cost. Financing terms are structured to obscure the total cost by focusing on monthly payments. Dealers make more profit on financing and add-ons than on the vehicle itself. The complicated pricing structure prevents easy comparison shopping between dealers. Trade-in values are lowballed while financing is marked up, but presented as if you're getting deals. The advertised price is essentially meaningless bait to start a sales process designed to extract maximum money. Consumer protection laws address some practices, but dealers continuously find new ways to obscure actual costs. 17. Organic food companies imply their products are pesticide-free, but organic farming uses pesticides that are simply different. Organic certification allows certain pesticides while banning others based on source rather than safety. Some organic pesticides are more toxic than synthetic alternatives they replace. The organic label creates a health halo that isn't always supported by nutritional differences. Consumers pay premium prices for organic products, believing they're completely pesticide-free. The certification process is expensive, pricing out small farmers while large corporations dominate organic markets. Nutritional studies show minimal differences between organic and conventional produce. The environmental benefits of organic farming are real but often exaggerated in marketing. Companies exploit consumer beliefs about organic purity that don't match regulatory reality. The organic industry has grown into a major market segment by implying benefits beyond what the certification actually guarantees. 18. Airlines advertise low fares, then add fees for everything, making the total cost much higher than advertised. The base fare excludes baggage, seat selection, boarding priority, and other formerly included services. The unbundling allows advertising low prices while extracting fees during booking. Comparing airlines is deliberately difficult because fee structures vary. The total cost, including necessary fees, often exceeds formerly all-inclusive prices. Budget airlines are especially notorious for advertising impossibly low fares that exclude everything but a seat. The fee structure punishes families and anyone who needs to check bags. Airlines make billions in ancillary fees that don't appear in advertised fares. The pricing deliberately obscures true costs to make airlines appear cheaper than they are. Consumers focused on base fares often choose airlines that cost more once fees are included. 19. Gym memberships are designed to be easy to start, but nearly impossible to cancel, banking on customer inertia. The business model depends on people paying for memberships they don't use. Cancellation policies require in-person visits, certified letters, or complicated procedures. Gyms reject cancellation attempts using technicalities and contract fine print. The difficulty of cancellation is intentional to maximize revenue from people who've stopped attending. Industry profits depend on the gap between memberships sold and facility usage capacity. 20. Extended warranty companies sell coverage that duplicates existing protection or covers unlikely failures. The products being warranted often come with manufacturer warranties covering the same period. Extended warranties are almost always poor financial value. Sales commissions on warranties are huge, indicating massive profit margins. The coverage excludes many types of failures through fine print. Retailers push warranties because the profit margins exceed the actual products being sold. 21. Printer companies sell printers cheaply, then charge exorbitant prices for replacement ink, locking customers into expensive supplies. The printer itself is practically given away to establish captive customers for ink purchases. Proprietary cartridges prevent using cheaper third-party ink. Chips in cartridges force replacement before ink is actually empty. The cost per milliliter of printer ink exceeds expensive champagne. Printers refuse to work if any single color runs out, even for black and white printing. 22. Coffee chains claim their sizes are good value, but size increases don't proportionally increase actual coffee. The extra cost for larger sizes mostly pays for additional milk, water, and ice rather than coffee. The largest sizes are pushed because profit margins increase with size despite apparent value. The complicated drink customizations obscure how little actual coffee is in flavored beverages. Pricing strategies are designed to make medium appear to be a poor value, pushing customers to large. The environmental impact of larger sizes is ignored in marketing focused on value. Consumers pay significantly more for sizes that don't proportionally increase the expensive ingredient. The pricing structure is based on psychology rather than actual cost differences. Size inflation over decades means today's small was formerly medium or large. 23. Credit card companies advertise rewards programs, but structure them to ensure most customers lose money on interest and fees. The rewards are designed to encourage spending that leads to carried balances. The psychology of rewards makes people spend more than they would with cash. Interest charges on carried balances vastly exceed any rewards earned. Annual fees and foreign transaction fees eat into reward value. Redemption restrictions and expiring points reduce actual benefit. The most profitable customers for credit card companies are those who carry balances, not those who maximize rewards. The advertising focuses on rewards while minimizing mention of interest rates and fees. Credit scores and approval requirements ensure higher-risk customers pay the highest rates. The reward programs are profitable for companies because customer behavior changes increase spending and debt. 24. Furniture stores advertise no-interest financing, but charge higher base prices than cash purchases elsewhere. The zero-interest promotion is built into inflated retail prices. Deferred interest means any remaining balance after the promotional period accrues all the backdated interest. The complicated terms ensure many customers miss payments or don't pay off balances in time. The no-interest offer drives purchases people can't actually afford. Furniture stores make more profit on financing than furniture sales. The sales pressure during no-interest promotions pushes people into buying more than planned. The psychological appeal of free financing obscures the total cost being higher. Comparison shopping reveals the same furniture available elsewhere for less than the zero-interest price. The financing trap generates enormous profit from customers who thought they were getting deals. 25. Luxury brands charge extreme prices for products with similar quality to mass-market items, selling exclusivity rather than quality. Blind tests consistently show consumers can't identify luxury products based on quality alone. The markup on luxury goods is primarily for branding, rather than materials or craftsmanship. Many luxury items are manufactured in the same factories as cheaper alternatives. The exclusivity is artificial scarcity created through limited production and high prices. Status signaling is the actual product being sold, not superior quality. Marketing creates associations between luxury brands and success, beauty, or sophistication. The high prices themselves create perceived value through psychological pricing effects. Consumers pay for the brand name rather than proportional quality improvements. The profit margins on luxury goods are enormous compared to production costs because people are buying prestige. 26. Phone companies advertise unlimited plans that throttle speeds or have caps, making unlimited meaningless. The fine print reveals unlimited means unlimited until reaching arbitrary data caps. Throttling after caps reduces speeds to barely usable levels. Video streaming is often limited to lower quality, despite being included in unlimited plans. The definition of unlimited is tortured through contract language to allow limits. Advertising focuses on unlimited while burying speed restrictions and disclosures. International usage and hotspot features have severe restrictions despite unlimited domestic data. The unlimited plans cost more than capped plans that provide similar actual usage. Consumers don't realize they're being throttled until experiencing slow speeds. The unlimited marketing is deliberately misleading while technically legal through disclosure fine print. 27. Supplement companies use before and after photos that show results from diet and exercise while implying supplements deserve credit. The transformations shown involve significant lifestyle changes unmentioned in advertising. Professional photography, lighting, and posing exaggerate visual differences between photos. The timeframes shown are often much longer than implied in marketing. Disclaimers about results not typical and diet and exercise are legally required but minimized. The supplements played minimal or no role in the transformation being attributed to them. Fitness influencers are paid to promote supplements while their results come from rigorous training. The before photos are often taken in unflattering conditions while after photos are professionally optimized. Consumers buy supplements expecting transformation that requires hard work being concealed in marketing. The deceptive attribution of results to supplements rather than effort is industry standard practice. 28. Lottery organizations advertise jackpots as enormous sums without disclosing the cash value is much less. The advertised jackpot is the annuity value paid over decades, not lump sum. Taxes reduce the winnings by nearly half before the winner receives anything. The cash option typically claimed by winners is significantly less than advertised jackpots. The odds of winning are deliberately obscured in marketing that emphasizes jackpot size. Lotteries are essentially a tax on people who don't understand probability. The advertising targets lower-income populations who can least afford to lose money. Revenue from lottery tickets primarily comes from problem gamblers playing regularly. The expected value of lottery tickets is always negative, making them terrible financial decisions. States profit from lottery sales while marketing dreams to people who would benefit more from saving the ticket money. 29. Car manufacturers advertise fuel economy ratings that are impossible to achieve in real-world driving. The EPA testing conditions don't reflect actual driving patterns. Manufacturers optimize vehicles specifically for the test conditions rather than real use. Real-world fuel economy is typically 20 to 30% worse than advertised ratings. The advertised numbers are best-case scenarios that almost no driver will achieve. Highway versus city ratings use carefully designed test cycles that don't match actual traffic. The gap between advertised and real-world economy has widened as manufacturers game the testing. Consumers base purchase decisions on inaccurate fuel economy claims. The testing methodology is known to be flawed but unchanged due to industry pressure. Buyers discover actual fuel costs are much higher than expected based on advertising. 30. Fast food companies show burgers in ads that look nothing like what's actually served. Professional food stylists spend hours creating advertising burgers using non-edible materials. The actual products are assembled quickly by minimum wage workers under time pressure. Buns are steamed and compressed, making them flat compared to advertisement perfection. Ingredients are carefully arranged for photos but randomly assembled in reality. The portion sizes and ingredient quantities shown in ads exceed what's actually served. Lighting, camera angles, and photo editing further enhance advertising images. The visual deception is legal because it's advertising rather than packaging. Consumers consistently receive products that look significantly worse than advertised versions. The gap between marketing and reality is so consistent, it's become expected disappointment with each purchase. 31. Razor companies create artificial innovation to justify premium prices for minor design changes. The progression from 2 blades to 5 blades has minimal performance benefit. Marketing implies more blades equal better shaves despite diminishing returns. The cartridge system locks customers into expensive blade refills. Proprietary designs prevent using cheaper alternatives or generic replacements. Subscription models force ongoing purchases at premium prices. The cost per blade is enormous compared to manufacturing cost. Companies release new razors frequently that are cosmetically different but functionally identical. Dollar Shave Clubs emerge specifically to counter the razor company pricing schemes. The innovation narrative justifies constant price increases for products that haven't meaningfully improved. 32. Movie theaters ban outside food to force captive customers to buy overpriced concessions. The concessions' profit margins far exceed ticket sales margins. A bag of popcorn costing pennies to make sells for $10. The ban on outside food isn't based on health or safety despite those justifications. Theater revenue models depend on concession sales because studios take most ticket revenue. The serving sizes and prices are absurd compared to retail or restaurant options. Combo deals appear to offer value while still maintaining enormous markups. Customers have no alternatives once inside the theater due to monopoly concessions. The captive audience and prohibited alternatives allow pricing that wouldn't work in competitive markets. The business model is built on exploiting customers who've already committed to attending movies. 33. Cleaning product companies suggest you need different cleaners for each surface, but most are identical formulations with different labels. The chemical composition of multi-surface, bathroom, kitchen, and glass cleaners is often virtually identical. Companies multiply product lines to increase shelf space and create impression of necessity. Marketing implies specialized cleaners are required for proper cleaning of different surfaces. The psychological effect is consumers buying multiple bottles of essentially the same product. Color coding and scent differences reinforce the illusion of different formulations. Generic multi-purpose cleaners work equally well for most applications. The specialized cleaner narrative increases purchase quantities and total spending. Ingredient comparisons reveal the same active ingredients across product lines. Companies profit from convincing people they need numerous products instead of one. 34. Wine companies exploit consumer inability to distinguish quality, selling cheap wine at premium prices. Blind taste tests show even experts can't consistently identify expensive wines. The price itself influences perception of quality due to psychological effects. Wine competitions produce inconsistent results, with the same wines receiving different medals in different contests. The wine rating system is subjective and influenced by critics' relationships with producers. Most wine drinkers can't taste the difference between $10 and $100 bottles. The complicated terminology and mystique around wine intimidates consumers into trusting price. Marketing creates associations between price and quality that aren't supported by blind testing. The enormous price variation for similar quality wine shows the market is based on perception. Consumers overpay for wine based on branding rather than actual quality differences. 35. Sunscreen companies imply you need frequent reapplication throughout the day, but this primarily increases product consumption. The reapplication recommendations come from companies selling sunscreen rather than independent research. Most people don't need to reapply unless swimming or sweating excessively. The SPF numbers are logarithmic, so differences between SPF 50 and SPF 100 are minimal. Sunscreen expires slower than labels indicate, but expiration dates drive replacement purchases. The amount recommended for application is more than necessary to sell more product. Water-resistant claims last longer than companies admit, reducing actual reapplication needs. The industry benefits from maximizing anxiety about sun exposure and product usage. Realistic sun protection often requires less product and less frequent application than marketing suggests. The overuse recommendations primarily serve to increase consumption and sales. 36. Pet food companies create premium brands with minimal quality differences from budget options. The same manufacturers produce both premium and budget pet foods in the same facilities. Ingredient lists are remarkably similar across price ranges despite marketing differences. Premium pricing is based on packaging and marketing rather than nutritional superiority. Terms like holistic, natural, and premium have no regulated meaning in pet food. Veterinary recommended brands often have financial relationships with vets who recommend them. Grain-free trends were marketing-driven rather than based on pet nutritional needs. The prescription pet foods are often identical to regular formulas, but sold at multiples of the price. Pet owners overpay for premium brands thinking they're providing better nutrition. The emotional attachment to pets is exploited through marketing that implies love equals expensive food. 37. Pain reliever brands advertise different products for specific pain types, but the active ingredients are identical across product lines. Headache, backache, menstrual, and arthritis pain relievers contain the same medication at the same doses. The specialized targeting is pure marketing without different formulations. Consumers buy multiple bottles of identical medication, believing they need specific versions. The branded versions cost significantly more than generic equivalent medications. Brand names like Advil, Motrin, and generic ibuprofen are chemically identical. Marketing creates perception that pain type requires specific medication when any NSAID works. The multiplication of specialized pain relievers increases shelf space and sales. Generic store brands contain identical active ingredients at fraction of the cost. Companies profit from convincing people they need multiple products that are all the same. 38. Energy drink companies imply performance benefits that exceed what caffeine actually provides. The energy blend ingredients have minimal effects beyond the caffeine content. Marketing to athletes and gamers suggests enhanced performance without scientific support. The sugar and caffeine combination creates crash cycles that encourage continued consumption. Energy drinks cost per milligram of caffeine far exceeds coffee or caffeine pills. The exotic ingredients listed on labels are present in negligible amounts. Marketing implies the drinks provide something unique beyond basic stimulation. The target market of young people is vulnerable to performance enhancement claims. Health risks from energy drinks primarily come from excessive caffeine consumption encouraged by marketing. Coffee or tea provides equivalent caffeine at lower cost without the health risks of concentrated energy drinks. 39. Subscription box services emphasize convenience while charging premiums for products available cheaper elsewhere. The perceived value comes from surprise and curation rather than actual savings. Most subscription boxes cost more than buying the included products individually. The convenience factor is overstated since the products require planning to use. Unboxing experiences and presentation create illusion of value exceeding cost. Cancellation policies are deliberately complicated to retain subscribers past initial interest. The subscription model ensures recurring revenue from customers who forget to cancel. Many subscription products are overstock or promotional items companies couldn't sell normally. The curated selection narrative obscures that you're paying premium prices for products you didn't choose. Auto renewal charges continue even after interest fades, which is the actual business model. 40. Breakfast cereals marketed to children pack as much sugar as candy while implying nutritional value. A bowl of many children's cereals contains more sugar than a glazed donut. The nutritional claims focus on added vitamins while ignoring harmful sugar content. Cartoon characters and toy prizes target children too young to understand nutritional information. The vitamin fortification is minimal and doesn't compensate for the sugar damage. Parents buy these cereals believing they're providing nutritious breakfasts. The cereal aisle placement and marketing deliberately appeals to children who pressure parents. The part of balanced breakfast disclaimer implies the cereal contributes nutrition when it's mostly sugar. The industry has resisted regulatory pressure to reduce child-targeted marketing for unhealthy products. Sugar cereals set children up for poor dietary habits while companies profit from addictive products. 41. Hotel booking sites show only one room left warnings that are often completely fabricated to create artificial urgency. The scarcity messaging is generated by algorithms designed to pressure immediate booking. The same hotel will show limited availability warnings consistently for weeks. Other customers viewing the same room message is often exaggerated or fabricated. The countdown timers for deals reset when you refresh or return to the site. Price comparison shows the rates aren't actually better than booking directly. The urgency tactics exploit psychological fear of missing out to prevent comparison shopping. Sites make commission on bookings and benefit from rushed decisions. Real scarcity exists sometimes, but the constant warnings train people to ignore them. The deceptive urgency tactics have become industry standard in online booking, despite being manipulative. 42. Furniture protection plans sold by retailers have enormous profit margins and poor claim approval rates. The protection is often duplicated by credit card benefits or homeowners insurance. The fine print excludes many types of damage consumers assume would be covered. Claims require documentation and processes that discourage actual usage. Retailers make more profit on protection plans than on furniture being protected. The protection period often ends before furniture would naturally fail. Independent analysis shows buying protection plans costs more than occasional furniture replacement. Sales commissions on protection plans incentivize aggressive selling tactics. Most consumers never file claims, making plans pure profit. The protection plan pitch exploits recent purchase anxiety when consumers are vulnerable to additional spending. 43. Movie studios manipulate weekend box office numbers by including Thursday previews and inflating screen counts. Opening weekend numbers are marketing tools rather than accurate revenue reporting. The records being broken are artificial because ticket prices constantly increase. Studios buy tickets to their own movies to inflate opening numbers. Screen count inflation counts the same movie showing multiple times as separate screens. The emphasis on opening weekend is manufactured to create media coverage. Worldwide box office numbers are combined to obscure domestic failures. The success narrative is carefully managed through selective reporting of favorable numbers. Studios pressure theaters to book their movies in premium formats to inflate per-screen averages. The box office game is about creating perception of success for marketing purposes rather than reflecting actual popularity. 44. Charity fundraising tactics by corporations allow them to claim credit for customer donations while gaining tax benefits. The checkout charity donation goes to the charity, but the corporation gets marketing value. Companies advertise total donations as if the corporation gave them money rather than customers. The tax deduction for corporate charitable giving sometimes includes customer donations they facilitated. The charity partnerships are selected for marketing benefit rather than effectiveness. Employees are pressured to donate through workplace giving campaigns that benefit company image. The corporate social responsibility narrative is built on customer donations and minimal corporate investment. Consumers would better serve charities by donating directly rather than through corporate campaigns. The corporation gets credit and publicity for generosity that came from customers. Administrative fees from corporate charity programs reduce the amount actually reaching charitable causes. 45. Companies sell smart versions of ordinary appliances at premium prices with minimal additional functionality and new ways to break. Smart home devices require apps, accounts, updates, and internet connectivity for products that previously worked without complexity. The technology adds failure points where perfectly functional appliances now break when servers go down or companies stop supporting them. Privacy concerns arise from devices collecting data about home activities. The subscription models for features turn one-time purchases into recurring revenue. Smart appliances become obsolete when companies decide to stop supporting them, regardless of physical condition. The connectivity rarely provides benefits worth the additional cost and complexity. Technical support for smart features costs consumers time dealing with connectivity issues. The devices report usage data back to manufacturers for marketing purposes. Security vulnerabilities in smart devices create risks that didn't exist with mechanical appliances. The smart appliance trend is primarily about creating recurring revenue and planned obsolescence rather than improving functionality, proving that sometimes the dumbest lie is calling something smart when it's actually making products worse while charging more for the privilege of additional failure modes. These corporate lies prove that marketing has become more sophisticated at deception than products have become at actually improving. What makes these lies particularly effective is how they exploit psychological vulnerabilities. Fear of missing out, desire for status, trust in authority, and hope for easy solutions. Companies have teams of psychologists designing marketing to bypass rational decision-making. The lesson isn't to become paranoid about every purchase, but to recognize that marketing exists to sell products, not to inform consumers. A healthy skepticism toward advertising claims, reading fine print, and comparing actual ingredients or specifications rather than trusting marketing narratives can save substantial money. Subscribe if you enjoyed this exposure of corporate deception, and remember that if marketing sounds too good to be true, it's because lying is more profitable than honesty,